Assalamu alaikum. Hi guys. So this is my first video. I wanted to share with you newborn baby buys that I think works for me. Now I have a 7-week-old daughter called Sairah, alhamdulillah, and I just wanted to kind of go through with you guys what I think works for us. So it's by no means anything where, you know, I'm saying it's compulsory that you should have these, or you know, these aren't anything that you need to have, but they are recommendations, and it's just what works out for me and her and what we find most comfortable. And so it's just to kind of go through them things with you. Now, I mean, if you see behind me, this is where she sleeps. So this is the Tutti Bambini Cozy. It is a next to me crib, so you can attach it to the bed. Now at the minute I don't have it attached to the bed. It's just something that I'm just not 100% comfortable with just yet. So she does sleep away from us, so it's separate. I mean, if I don't know in the future if I decide to attach it to the bed, then I may do, but it's something, but if she's fine and she's content sleeping on her own, then I'll leave it as it is. It is quite good, so it's got like a bit of like a mesh net bit at the side, so I can see her and she can actually see me as well. And then it's really good because it's got a shelf underneath, so it's really sturdy, and I can actually put like stuff like her nappies in there, her wipes, cotton pads, anything that I need. It all goes underneath there, so everything's in one place. But I mean, I will go through sort of a larger buys for newborns or babies later on. I may do, but at the minute today I want to just kind of look at little buys. So talking about sleeping, when she was born, I got told to really keep an eye on the way that she sleeps. So whether or not she sleeps on one side more, or if she's you know, constantly like moving around, or just sleeps straight on her back and doesn't move her head. The reason being is because I mean, it was like my mum, my mother-in-law, aunties, everyone was telling me, like, you know, to have it, like, keep an eye on it. And afterwards, it is because a baby's head is quite soft, so it can sometimes be where, you know, it can form like a flat head because they kind of try to pressurize on one side. When she was initially born, what we did is we used a hijab like this and just put it around like a donut, and then put her head in the middle when she was lying down, which was fine during the day, but at night, when she was sleeping, I found myself waking up, getting all, you know, paranoid that she would move her head and the hijab would go in her mouth or over her face, or, you know, it's kind of like an extra item in the cot that didn't need to be there. I mean, some people are 100% comfortable with that, which is absolutely fine. But for me, I just found that I was getting a bit stressed over it. So what I did is I looked around and I found this. So this is the Baby Move Love Nest. So there's a couple of different versions of this, I believe. So there's a heart version, and then there's this one. So this one is it's really flat, you'll see. So it is really flat, so it's good. It does also have this like mesh bit in the middle, so is a bit of a dip on it. So it's really good for that. And what it is it's got like this breathable material in the middle, so when she sleeps her head goes there, and even if she goes on either side, you'll see it's curved, so it should prevent her from getting a flat head. What she finds is that when she had the hijab on in her bed, she was getting really flustered and she just didn't like it. So what I did is I tried this for a bit, and it's honestly it meant, like, she doesn't even realise it's there. She has had a couple of accidents on it where she's been sick, and what I've done is I've just put this in the washing machine, took it out, put it out to dry, and it's absolutely fine. So it is quite good. On the bottom it's got these little studs, so rubber studs, so it just means that it doesn't move when it's in the bed, which is what you want. You don't want it to move when the baby's moving. So this is like really good. I would highly recommend getting one of these. So just following on from that, is talking about sleeping, we've also got this, which is a sleeping bag. Now, this was kindly gifted to us from some friends. It is from the White Company, so you can see there it's got like really cute little elephants. I think you can see that. It's got little elephants on it, and it's got like a two-way zip that goes all the way around the sides, and like around the bottom on one side. I wasn't sure if I wanted to kind of use one of these when she was born, so I didn't use it when she was a newborn. I used it when she was about 2-3 weeks. The reason being is because I kind of I wasn't sure if like she might be fine if she was swaddled, or once I actually set a you know, put her in her bed properly, she might be absolutely fine. And then I thought, well, you know, I'll just give it a try. The reason why I actually started using it is because I tried to keep her swaddled in a blanket so her arms were like this, but she kept moving her arm, trying to want her arms out. She hated it, her arms being in, and then because she was doing that, her chest and her neck bit was obviously getting uncovered from the blanket. So what then I did is I started to use this, which has been like ideal. So this is actually this is a thin one, so it's 1 tog. I think you can get like 2.5 and 3 tog when it's like warmer, but it is quite when it's winter, but it is quite warm right now here. So this is like works out for her. What it is when you put it on, it's got there's got poppers at the top, then it's actually got a popper here on the side. So when you put it on, which I'll just put it together, you'll see it's got armholes, so you can you can use this one up to 6 months. So at the minute she's tiny, so she needs it like, so the armhole needs to be smaller so her arms don't go it doesn't move away from her. But obviously as she gets older, I'll just be opening that up and then she'll be fine. It's just dead easy to put on, and because it's got two-way zip, when she does need a nappy change at night, I just lift her out, open the bottom part of the zip, fold it up and just get a change, and it hardly like disturbs her. She's still nice and warm, and she kind of it's a lot easier for her to get back to sleep. So I found that she sleeps a lot better, so I would get one of these. I haven't got any I mean there's other ones, there's like grow bags and things, so I haven't got around to getting any others just yet, but that is something that I'm obviously going to have a look into. So I would definitely get yourselves one of these. So the other thing is that when she was, because she was quite a small baby, when we used to put her in her car seat, I used to find, bless her little heart, her head used to just go to one side, because the actual car seat insert that comes with the car seat, it's quite wide around her head. So what I've actually, again this was gifted to us, but I had a look at this, is I've got the Diono, I think that's how you pronounce it, so it's like a 2-pack. It's a Diono car seat inserts. So these are really good. So you've got this bit, which is the first size of it. So it is it's got the support so that it's really snug around her head, and then you've also got these little poppers. So you know when you've got the belts from your car seat, you just put them in there and then you just clip the sides so that it stays in place. They are like, honestly, they're dead good. I've put her in the wash as well, because she's had like little accidents in there, and it means that your actual car seat doesn't get dirty as well. So you can just put this in the washing machine and it's still very soft. So it's got like this like kind of like a soft material around the outside. Then as she gets older, you've got the bigger size, and it's got the side padding on the sides, and the head bit's obviously a bit bigger, but again you've still got the poppers to put your the belt through, and then you just put the poppers back on again. So these are really good. So I would get, like, you know, if you find that it's hard to put the baby in the car seat, this really helps, because then it keeps the belt in the right place as well. So they're good as well. What I also have is the other item I wanted to share with you is this grow egg. So I've got it where it's got like a cover on it, which I found just so cute. It's a little penguin one, so it just comes off. You can obviously just have the grow out itself. I think you can get like a monkey and the other one, I can't remember what the other one is. But you've got, so what this does is it checks the temperature in your room. So at the minute it's 24.4 degrees. So it is quite warm. It is, what it does is it changes colour. So at the minute, it's kind of on red, which I don't think that you guys can see that because I've got so much light coming in. But it's, and obviously it's in my hand right now, so the temperature's like going higher and higher. So it's got like 4 colours. So if it's too cold, if it's below like sort of 16 degrees, it tells you at the back, it turns blue. If it's between 16 and 20 degrees, it's like a yellow colour, which is where you would, that's a kind of recommended. And then if it's warm, then it's between 20 and 24 degrees, and that turns orange, and then red is anything above 24 degrees. The reason why I like this is that it kind of gives me an indication of how I should be like kind of putting her to sleep, or how I should be dressing her, because that was one thing I used to find a bit difficult, because I think you immediately assume that a baby just needs to like be put you know, lots and lots of blankets and wrapped up, but no, obviously that's not the case, because babies can get overheated. At this flip side, they can get too cold as well, because even if you feel warm, they might not necessarily feel warm. So you've got to kind of gauge from your own child really by checking how they are. But this helps me to, you know, to figure out what kind of blanket I would put on her, what kind of, if I want to put a full-on sleep suit on her, or maybe I just want to put just a blanket over her with a vest. You know, it depends on how she's sleeping. So these few days has been quite warm, so she has been kind of just sleeping just with a sleep suit, so nothing, she hasn't even been having her sleeping bag because it's just far too warm. But again, so these are really good. I mean, it's tiny, so at the minute it kind of goes, you know, my bedside cabinet there next to her crib, and it just sits on there, and it's dead, you know, it's really easy to kind of set up and everything. You just leave it plugged in. Then what I also want to share is so just talking about sort of with her, you know, if baby gets too hot and things, you obviously want to be able to check their temperature. So this is a thermometer. It's actually from Aldi. So it's a forehead and ear thermometer. So it comes with a little stand, so you can just put it wherever you want. So you just take it off the stand. So you've got this bit which you can kind of go like that, and it'll check your temperature for your forehead by switching it on. It lights up and everything, so it tells you whether or not what temperature you are. It takes like 2 seconds, and then you just clip the bottom of it off, and you say that's the to check the ear. I found that really helps for her, because babies move around. I did get given a one that you put underneath their tongue or their arm, and she just screamed. So once I did need to check her temperature, and I just couldn't get around to it. So I was, you know, I was happy that I'd add this one, because it just helped so much. So I mean, this is only from Aldi, so it's worth getting one, just by thinking about, you know, whether or not it would work with the underarm ones and stuff as well. The last thing I want to share is so Sairah is having formula at the minute. So what I do is I want to, obviously when I'm out and about or when I'm doing something, I quickly just want to make her bottles. So what we actually got is these little milk pots. So they're actually by Tommy Tippy. So I use Tommy Tippy bottles, and I've used their sterilizer, so they're the bottles I've got. This comes in 3 pots. So you've got the actual pot, you've then got the lid for that, which obviously has a hole in, and then you've got the lid for that goes on top of there. What you do is you just put in however many spoonfuls of powder that you need. Then you would put it inside the bottle. So you make it up, then put it inside the bottle. This actually fits around the top of the bottle, so it fits in perfectly, and you just screw the bottle top on. So it's really good when you're out and about, and you don't need actually take another milk pot, because I think from like Asda, Tesco, Boots and everything, you can get like the separate compartmented like milk pots, but that's like an extra item to put inside your changing bag. But obviously you need to put your bottles in anyway, so this actually saves a lot of space. I absolutely love them. Like I can't even, like it saves me so much time. I sometimes even use it during the day if I know that I'm in the middle of doing things, and I just leave them sort of made up inside the bottles once I've sterilised a couple of them. I do use these at night a lot, because when you're half asleep and you do not want to be waking up and trying to make a bottle and kind of count the spoonfuls, just get yourself just pour, basically you put it in the bottle when you got it at night. Then once you've got the water in the bottle, just take the lid off, just basically just shake it all in the bottle, and then just leave bottles made, and then you can just wash these and then reuse them. So they come in packs of 6, so that's more than enough for like a day, but they are really, really good. I think they're about £6-7, so it you know, it is worth doing. But they're really, really, really good. So I think I've showed you guys everything of the little things that I think are like sort of really working for me right now. Obviously Sairah is 7 weeks old, so she's gonna change, I understand that, and things, but like she's gonna need more things or different things, but at the minute these are things that work for us. If there's I mean, what I might do is I might look at like sort of larger buys, but right now this is you know, the things that I would think. But thank you for watching. I will, you know, let me know if there's anything else that you just want to ask. I am a first-time mum, so obviously everything's still a learning curve for me, but I'll share as much as I can with you guys. But thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum. Bye.